Good morning, Hosho staff, students, and families. Yate Bina. We're ready to start our day. So everybody, please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Our voices are off and bodies are still. Eyes are on the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, March 29. We're coming to the end of another month, if you can believe it. Okay, friends, but a new week means some new music. So the very first time that we ever played music and wanted you to know who the composer was and the name of the piece, do you remember that one? The very first one we ever played. Well, it was Edvard Grieg, Peer Gynt, Suite Number 1, Morning. And so today we have another selection from Edvard Grieg from that same play that he wrote all his music for, the Peer Gynt suite. So here is another selection, and this one is called In the Hall of the Mountain King. That sounds sort of interesting, doesn't it? In the Hall of the Mountain King, Edvard Grieg. Mrs. Neff has put the selection on YouTube, and it's this line rider. If you've ever seen the music, they have it, and it's on a line, and it looks like either a character is on a sled or a snowboard. I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes I've seen them on bikes, but this one I think is a sled or a snowboard. And he goes, as the music changes, he does his little jumps and everything. It's pretty hypnotic. If you watch it, it's hard to stop watching it. You keep watching and watching and watching. So it is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So make sure you have that amount of time before you turn it on, because you'll be watching the whole thing, I'm pretty sure. Okay, friends, so this is Edvard Grieg in the Hall of the Mountain King from Peer Gynt. Well, I was watching the little line guy, so I could have kept watching it. It's very interesting. Okay, friends, so Edvard Grieg, Peer Gynt, in the Hall of the Mountain King. Okay, so Art, we never got to finish Rosa Bonheur's selection, so let's do that. There's a few selections here that Mr. Berg has given me. So remember, this one is Plowing in the Niverne. Remember, Plowing in the Niverne with the oxen there. Ooh, looks like hard work. And then remember, we had the Horse Fair, Rosa Bonheur, the female artist from the Bordeaux region of France, the Horse Fair. And remember, I had told you that we were going to do the Gathering for the Hunt, I believe it's called. And unfortunately, on Friday, in the snowstorm, I had a flat tire and could not make it to work in time to do the announcements. So we did not get to see that. So I am Gathering for the Hunt. I'm going to show you today. So Rosa Bonheur, Gathering for the Hunt. Now, if you're have you ever been hunting? I bet you a lot of you have. And it probably doesn't look like this in the Bordeaux region of France in 1856. This is what it looks like. Let me make sure I have it upside. I don't have it upside down. Gathering for the Hunt, Rosa Bonheur, 1856. You see that with their hunt, they have their dogs and their horses and their guns. They're ready to go. No idea what they're going to be hunting, but looks interesting. Okay, friends, for a poem, excuse me. Today we have from the 4th grade selection of poems. So if you were in 4th grade this year, or if you have been in the past, perhaps you've memorized this poem, Afternoon on a Hill. It's not too long. It's 3 stanzas, and it's pretty short. And it's written by Edna St. Vincent Millay, who, by the way, was born in Maine, like your principal. Yeah, both of us were born in Maine. But she was born in 1892, and I was born slightly after that. Edna St. Vincent Millay, Afternoon on a Hill. I will be the gladdest thing under the sun. I will touch 100 flowers and not pick one. I will look at cliffs and clouds with quiet eyes, watch the wind bow down the grass and the grass rise. And when lights begin to show up from the town, I will mark which must be mine and then start down. Afternoon on a hill. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone to play somewhere and looked to see, are the lights on? And is it getting dark? It must be time for me to go home. That's how I always knew it was time to go inside. As soon as we were up and dressed and had our breakfast, we were out the door to play. And we only came in reluctantly. When the lights started to get dim outside and the street lights came on, then it was time for us to come inside. But that reminds me of when I was playing when I was a kid. Afternoon on a Hill by Edna St. Vincent Millay. So, I missed some birthdays. I'm going to do birthdays first today before we talk about the Bill of Rights or other things. So I missed some birthdays. It looks like on the 26th, which would have been Friday, I believe, we had Killian, Paul, and Shane had birthdays. I hope you had great days, sir. Then on Saturday, it looks like Ava and Maya and Aubriana had birthdays. So I hope you guys had a great birthday as well. No birthdays for today. We do have some for tomorrow, I believe. None for today. Okay, so we've been studying the Bill of Rights, but today I want to take a little pause on the Bill of Rights. And what I'd like to do is go back to the Declaration of Independence. We're going to have a special guest who's going to visit our school next Monday. And it's Dr. Stewart, and he is the Secretary of Education for the state of New Mexico. So he's going to come visit our school, and what I'd like to do is show him what things you know and you've been learning. And so last year we memorized and talked about for the entire year the Declaration of Independence. And so I want to see how many of you can remember the Declaration of Independence, and we'll practice it together. And maybe when Dr. Stewart is here, you can say it for him and show him what you know. So let's do the Declaration of Independence together. Those of you who were here last year, I'm expecting you to say this right along with me to the best of your ability. We'll practice it every day, and hopefully you'll remember it. It'll all come back to you like riding a bicycle. Okay. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. How did you do? Did you remember it? Nice and loud? Okay. Well, the next couple of days we'll keep practicing it and we'll make it so that we can be a little more secure. So we'll come back to the Bill of Rights later. So some announcements. The science fair, our students who participated in the science fair, we sent 4 students to the regional science fair in Four Corners area, and all 4 of our students have placed in the regional science fair. So in first place in their categories, separate categories, Abraham and Holland got first place, Riley got second place, and Colin got third place. Congratulations to all of you. And so some or all of them will be going on to the state competition, the state science fair. Amazing. Okay, report cards will probably come out next Monday. We were going to try for this Friday, but this Friday is off, right? No school Friday. This Friday, no school. Okay, and for middle school, remember this is starting week 2 for your specials. So 5th grade will have art, 6th grade will have music, and 7th grade will be going to PE after lunch. Okay, friends, that's all I have for today. So let's do our student pledge. I will do the good, I will learn the true, and I will love the beautiful. And I hope you have a great day today.